let's see, I received it in the end of March, around there, the end of March of 2010, and they called me to enter the MTC in the 28th of July. So it's about 4 or 5 months, but I'm thinking that's kind of a common thing nowadays, right? I just remember thinking, oh, that's such a long time. So I just had forever, you know. So I like went and found a job and everything, and so I just remember that being a really long wait. I thought that was, you know, a little bit, you know, what's the word? A little difficult to deal with, because you're just like, oh, you know, you're just kind of like sitting there staring at the clock all the time and stuff like that. But it was good. It was good. And the MTC, I really enjoyed the MTC. It was a good experience for me, because it was a new way to study. Like, I'd never studied that way before. It was a lot more intense. I guess you could say I really didn't learn how to study before my mission. And so the process of, you know, of like, you're in summer, well, in my case, I was in summer, you know, I wasn't really doing anything, to all of a sudden just like, you're planning everything needs to be done this way, you know. For me, it was a little overwhelming. And I remember the very first day that I got in the MTC, I remember I was on the bottom bunk, you know, and I got into my covers, and I just looked up, at the bottom of the mattress that was above me, and I was just staring, and I was just like, what did I get myself into, you know? And it was, you know, at first, you know, you feel a little overwhelmed, which is normal, you know, it's perfectly normal to feel overwhelmed and everything, because, you know, there's so much to do, and I'm just like, what did I do? But, you know, it turned out after a couple of days, you start getting into the rhythm of everything, and then you learn stuff, and it's a really good experience. You know, you had a lot of friends and everything that were just in the same boat as you are, and so you guys get to share your experiences, and so I enjoyed the MTC. At times, you know, it can get a little tough, but I think it is definitely worth your time. I actually, the other day, I was reviewing my mission journal, and I think I kept on writing over and over. My biggest concern was staying on task. I think we got distracted easily, you know, as a group of missionaries. But I think if you really, like, you know, hunker down and focus on what, you know, needs to be done, you can definitely get a lot out of the MTC. I mean, I definitely got a lot out of it, but you know, I probably didn't manage my time as good as others might have, and you know, I learned to do that, and so that was definitely something that was beneficial to me, was, you know, that MTC experience.